Hello, Internet family. Here's a little vlog. It's the end of October. Today is October 21st. And as you can kind of see, the leaves are just starting to change. There's Mortimer, my oak friend who lives back here. And you can just see on the very edges of his branches that the leaves are changing. At night, we now have temperatures down into the 40s. I have turned on my electric blanket, though I have not turned on my heat yet in the house. And during the day, right now, the weather is my favorite weather ever, which is cold at night and warm during the day. It's getting up to almost 70 today. Here is Salem. Hi, Mr. Guy. And this is my brand new Peter's honey fig, which I have not yet planted, but I'm going to. And I'm very excited. I love figs. I love fig trees. I went to a local nursery today and got that baby. And I'm going to plant them one day this week. I have to get some mulch to put around him, but I've decided the place in the yard, so I just brought him home today and put him where he's going to be, and I'm going to let the yard decide. There are a couple stumps right next to here. Here, I'll show you one of them. I'll show you both of them. So here's one, and a new tree is growing out of it. I don't think it's the same kind, but as you can see here at the bottom, that's a stump where a bigger tree used to be, and it fell down. And then here is another one, which is really alive, and I kind of love these stumps. They're like little micro biospheres, and they have a lot of beautiful moss and stuff around them. But since these two big trees are no longer here, because they used to be big trees like these guys, so I know that there is life in the yard for a new tree. And I love fruiting trees and food producing trees. And I also think, so while I was volunteering at the bee sanctuary last weekend, we were planting trees. We planted 12 total. I helped with 2 of them, a linden tree and a black gum tree. And I learned previously while working at the sanctuary that if you plant one tree, I think it has something like 3 out of 10 chance of surviving, I want to say. And if you plant them in a group, I think it has a 7 out of 10 chance of surviving. And I'm not going to plant this fig tree in a group because it gets 10 feet high. It's not, I don't think it's right to plant a bunch of others. But since, here's one of the leaves from it. It's starting to turn in the fall. It's, like I said, I'm so happy it has figs. I mean, obviously they're really little. They never got big and fat and edible because the tree just is still a baby. But I like that it's producing fruit. And anyway, what I'm hoping is that when I dig down to plant the tree, my hope is that the roots underground are still going to be really alive, and that it can join the root system and talk to the other plants around and be part of the yard in that way. I'll show you guys some of the other roots here. So this is Mortimer. He's the oak that I love, that I show y'all all the time on my social media. I feature him a lot. And then here are his roots, as you can see. So there's one, there's one, there's one, wait, there's one, they're my cats. This is Salem and little Lily. Anyway, and so I know that underground the root system is really healthy. And so like I said, I'm hoping that this fig tree will thrive because it will hopefully talk to the other plants. Let's see what else. It's just been really beautiful to see. You can kind of see some of the color changing right here. It's been really beautiful to see the seasons change. Sometimes here in Virginia, it seems like each of the intense seasons last forever. Like when you're in the depths of summer, and this summer was really hot. It's hard for me to get so hot that I'm uncomfortable, but it happened this year. So sometimes when you're deep in the summer or deep in the winter, it can be hard to even remember that other climates come. But then it starts cooling down, getting colder, and right now it's the perfect temperature to where I don't have to turn on the heat or the air, because my house stays pretty cold, just some way about how it's built. And so during the daytime I open the windows, and at night I don't. So it stays pretty chilly at night, and then during the day it warms it up. I know eventually I'll have to turn on the heat, but my highest electric bill is usually January, so I'm going to try to use electric blankets and warming pads instead, so I don't have to heat up the whole entire house when I'm just one person. I'll show you something else special back here, and this is a turkey tail mushroom that I found. I was just walking across the yard, saw this pretty mushroom, didn't know what it was, posted it online, and someone said, that's a turkey tail. So I looked it up and did my own research, and it is a turkey tail. Here you go. Look at this gorgeous thing. Look at those colors. So the little, it's a turkey tail if underneath it's white and porous, but I'm not going to pick any right now. And the little white edges are because it's growing, and apparently the best time to harvest it is in early spring or late winter. But sometimes I take off a little bit and just chew it. It is very woody and not delicious, but hey, I'm a superfood girly, so I'm going to try it. I think I might also eventually make some tea out of it, but right now I'm just chilling and letting it chill and grow, and it's just awesome. Like riches growing out of my backyard. Riches, magical medicine growing out of my backyard. There are also lots of violets here. I've noticed some of them blooming again because I guess the weather's right for them right now, like it is in early spring. And what else to update you guys on? Lots of things. I'm starting a new nonprofit here in Richmond. That's a project that I'm not really doing much on the internet with, but whenever I do have it all set up, I will tell y'all all about it. Yeah, I think that's all. I feel like there are some other things. I'm going to learn to make sourdough bread this winter. I got the supplies last winter, except for a Dutch oven, but I will get that. And I buy a loaf or two of sourdough from the bakery every week, and I'm like, come on now, Charis, you should be making your own. Come on. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to have the time and space, especially after being nomadic for so many years. Y'all do not even know the amount of joy I have in putting up little piddly seasonal decorations. It's wonderful because I could never do that before because I always had to, everything I used on the reg had to be small enough that it could pack up into my car. So it's wonderful to be grounding in and be spreading out my roots here, and I'm grateful. And the more I dig into Virginia, the more I love it. I will say, on another random fact, so Edgar Allan Poe, it was just his birthday, and there's the Poe Museum here, which I have gone and visited, and I have an unpublished vlog that I took there, so I haven't put it up yet, but I eventually will. It was this summer. And I just so happened to be at the library last week, because I love libraries, and I saw the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. And so I got it, and a couple days ago I started to read The Black Cat, because hey, I have 2 black cats. I love black cats. Well, 2.5, because there's an outside cat that's a neighborhood cat, but that I feed him every day. So I've got 2.5 black cats currently. And so I start reading the story, The Black Cat, and I don't even think I got 2/3 of the way through it. I was done. I was like, you know what? No. And this is something that comes up when it comes to entertainment. I feel like a conversation I've had with so many friends a million times, both people in the entertainment industry, Acorn, and people not in the entertainment industry, about wanting a new type of story, wanting, okay, yeah, we get it, good guy, villain, good triumphs over evil, want. Like, there's got to be other ways we can enjoy ourselves. Here, someone's talking about it. I hear him meowing. Hi, buddy. Anyway, so I started reading this story, The Black Cat, and it's just about how he got really mad and injured his own cat. And what in the heck? I would never. I don't identify. No part of me has ever wanted to perversely hurt one of my creatures. Like it's not a thing I can identify with. Mosquitoes. Anyway, and Poe did. I mean, a lot of his stories are about random crimes committed by some type of as a result of, I would say, some type of mental illness. And it's nighttime and I'm all snuggled up in my warm bed and I'm reading this thing and I was like, absolutely not. I'm putting you down. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Because why put that into my brain? Shadow work is great and all, but that didn't call me to it. And I don't necessarily want to walk the pathways of a mind that hurts people and creatures that love them just to be perverse. But then I thought about the mental illness of it. And Poe lived here in Richmond. And he lived at a time where I don't believe slavery was still going on, but it hadn't been that long. And it's all gone on right here. And this is about to get real woo-woo, y'all. Just, if you don't like it, then might as well go away now. But I've been working with some of the energies on the land, and one of the big archetypes that I've felt here just recently is it's not one soul, I wouldn't say. It's an archetype. It's many different things that combine into one being in the astral realm or one vibe, and it's the African American still in chains, like slave, mad, angry, sad, traumatized energy. And it all, I mean, a huge slave um, barn, or whatever you want to call it. It was called the Devil's Half Acre or the Devil's Quarter Acre, was like 3 blocks or something from where the Poe Museum now sits. Like, it all happened right there. And I think about what comes to us as mental illness and how it could have well been a sensitive person on some land that's full of trauma, or that's full of echoes of wounding. And then it tries to heal itself by balancing itself in the minds of the people that are currently alive. And it might not make sense. I have no end here. I have no point I'm making. It's just an update on what's going on. Once, when I had pretty newly moved here to Richmond, I was on a hike kind of over the James River. There are these spots with these huge rocks, and you can go kind of clamber over the rocks. And on them, I saw / felt the ghost or the echo of a person who had been enslaved who was running. And it's funny, a dog started barking. I don't know if y'all could hear that with the mic, but there were barking dogs, and I had a flash of that. And the people I was hiking with didn't believe in that kind of stuff, so I just let it go. But now I'm I have the bandwidth to dig into it again. So we're gonna see. If y'all have any thoughts, let me know. I haven't really dug in, but it's there, and I'm aware of it, and I'm doing my best to just generate healing frequencies, reminding y'all to connect with your land. It feels it. And also, all of your manifestations go so much better when you have the land behind you and when you're intending to bless the land as well. So that's the vlog. Happy late October. Would love to know what y'all are planning on being for Halloween. And I'm just grateful that life is currently peaceful and nice and boring. I like my drama in my entertainment, not in my personal life. And right now there is none. I'm very grateful for this because it gives us time to grow and thrive and think up new stuff. When we're in survival mode, it's hard to be creative. But at this moment, it can be. Also, my whole family is coming out for Thanksgiving, and I'm very excited. It'll be the first time I've really hosted since I've been here in Virginia, and yeah, I wasn't ready before, and now I'm still not quite ready, but I will be by the time another month goes by and they're here. All right, love y'all. Have a great day. Also, if you're not already on my Patreon, you like geek outs like this, come join my Patreon. I share a lot more over there, like deeper stuff, because YouTube is a varied and diverse app, and people aren't always kind. So, and the same with Instagram. So I don't necessarily share everything here, but over on Patreon I do. And if you want to reach out or work together or anything, you can always find my info on my website or on any of my social media accounts. All right, here's another shot of Mortimer's first changing beautiful leaves. All right, y'all. Blessings. Have a great day.